Hi everyone and welcome back to Scam Models with Mike. I know it's been a while, but we've been waiting for parts for John Wick, and would you believe it took 5 months? 5 months to get this part. I paid for this in January and they had serious stock problems, and it literally got delivered yesterday, so we've now got issue 3. Issue 4 is in the pack that's behind this. So I've looked at 3 and 5. I've got issues 3 and 5, and we can do 3 and 5 with no problem at all. So the plan of action is to do 3 and 5, and then obviously 4 will come in the next shipment, which should be June time. So this is issue number 3 of Build the Shelby Mustang, and we're gonna be doing when I got the parts it felt like I got issue 1 again because it looks the same, but this is the front grille, a little bit more detail to do with the front grille. And as you can see here, we're going to be doing obviously assembly of the lights and trim elements that feature on the front grille of the John Wick Ford Mustang. So lots of bits and pieces to do, and then we'll end up with something that looks a bit like that, which I think will sit onto the bit that we did in issue 1. So yeah, now also what we get in this, we do get our first free gift, and that is this gorgeous presentation file of this massive folder thing. Now with the Lamborghini Revoluto, that doesn't come with a folder, and when I asked them, it's basically the way they've chose to do that build. This one comes with a folder, and oh, look at this. I love this. This is just, I mean, that in itself is a poster, isn't it? Look at that. Wow. And then in here we get very, oh yeah, look at that. Oh wow. Look at that. That's a stunning poster. Wow. Cool, that is posh. And then the next one is, oh, looks a bit from a movie scene with all this red light. And that's that one. And then our last one is a nice one near what looks like a river or something. Wow. Now I'll be honest with you, I've not actually watched the film, but that's on the to-do to look at. But I think out of all 3, I think I like this one the best, this first one. So it's up to you if you want to pop them up on the wall or keep them in your presentation folder, but that is our first gift brought to you by this wonderful, wonderful build from the Ford Mustang John Wick series. Right, so let's get started on what we need to do. I cannot tell you how long I've waited for these parts. I cannot believe it took all this time to come through. But anyway, what we're going to do here, this part here is the front grille, and we need to put some beam reflectors and lights and all fancy stuff into these 2 holes here. Now we do get various packs of screws, and we've got a pack here called an E screw, or we've got a little D screw there. So we're going to get ourselves the lenses here, and as you can see, if we look on the back here, we've got 2 that say L1. Okay, so this is R2, sorry, that one's L2, and then if we look at the other one, it will say L1. Okay, so L1 and L2. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to put in the R2 and R1. Sounds a bit like R2D2 from Star Wars there. So as you can see on the end of these reflectors, you've got R2 printed there, and let me just get the other one. This is R1. So you can see they're different in size. So these 2 slightly bigger, as you can see, smaller and then bigger. Okay, and what's going to happen is we're going to put these into the holes here, as you can see, into that. Wow, that looks fantastic. So let's get ourselves round the right way. I'm going to do it this way round, and it looks as if R1 is going to go, oh sorry, it's not R2, it's R2 and L2. So let's get the R2, and then we want L2, which is this one, which kind of doesn't really make sense because I would have thought they'd name them the same, but Now, I don't think it really matters which way it goes in. There's no indication there of which one goes into what, but I wonder why they call it R2 and L2. But just for that, I'm going to pop that one into that side, because the way they've got it is that R2 is over this side and L2 is that side. So yeah, I'll do it the same as what they've got it, and L2 is that side, like so. Where is it? That one pops into there, like so. Okay, lovely. So now we're going to screw them in. That already looks really posh, doesn't it? Wow, very nicely done there. Let's get ourselves a screwdriver. That looks like a nice decent size, probably a bit smaller than that. Let's try that one. You get so many screwdrivers with all the different builds, you end up making like building up a collection of screwdrivers. So we're going to put a D screw into the back of here. Yeah, it's quite unusual that they've put issue 4 in with the next pack behind this, but I would have thought they'd wait for 3 and 5. I mean 4 to come in and send it with 3 and 5, but so that's that one. These screws are going in beautifully. Okay, and then we'll get the next screw. So I'm guessing we start to hopefully mount these up, you know, put this all on to the bits that we did in issue 1 soon, hopefully. It's been that long I can't actually remember what's in issue 1. I think issue 1, wasn't it a bonnet bit, and then issue 2 was the I really can't remember. Alright, let's put this in. This screwdriver's quite nice to work with. Okay, so as you can see, and what's lovely is, look at this. The black is so flush and hidden by this black moulding section around it. You can't see the screws from like a far angle, so that's brilliant. And just look at that. That's beautiful. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to get our 2 reflectors. Okay, and looking at these, they're near enough both the same. Can't see that being a problem. Like whichever way one you want to put on it, they're near enough both the same. So okay, so then that, I don't know if that clicks into place because it's not falling off, so seems to be okay for now. I feel like these are a little bit too big, so let me just check that. 3H is a small one. Okay, yeah. So it looks as if we want 3H and 3J, and they're the smaller ones, I think. So let's try. Oh no, that can't be it, because if you put that there, I can't see why that. I mean, obviously this one would go on to there because it's a big thing. So yeah, these must be smaller ones. So we'll put the smaller ones into here. We can always change them out like later on if you want, but trouble is, once you have to sort of like guide it in, because it doesn't really. Oh, that's lovely. Okay, so yeah, I think I've done that right. Looks okay to me. Yeah, okay, cool. So next what we need to do is we need to put the emblems in the middle. Well, actually it goes there, but Yeah, wow. Okay, so you've got a bigger hole and a smaller hole, and as you can see, the smaller hole is for the pin, and that is the, looks like a little horse or something. Wow. Okay, that's going to go into there. Fantastic. And I don't think something will screw onto there because you've got a screw hole. So also what we do get is we get this gorgeous little number plate, and I do believe one of the free gifts is a giant number plate. So that just says New Jersey XAB 235 Garden State. Now we don't have any decal stickers. I imagine there's some decal stickers that go there. There's none in this issue at the moment. Next, what we need to do is we need to now bring over the grille support, which would be this bit, and we're going to put in the bigger ones now. So as you can see, we've got R1 and then of course R2 as well. So they're going to go into here. Okay, and then of course we're going to put the reflector on, into the bit that we've just done. Doesn't seem to sit on very well, but finding that just keeps falling off, but try this one here. Do you know, I think we might have to swap the lenses from the other one because they're not going in properly. So I'll have a play around in a minute with it. Let's put this side in. There's that. Oops. Okay, that looks like it's, that hook bit needs to go around there. Right, so okie doke. Okay, so we'll screw that in. And then screw the next bit in. But yeah, I think these might have to be swapped because I'm finding that they're sliding off, so it's not falling out. So yeah, let's just double check that. So 3F, these are definitely the right ones because they're the larger ones, but I do find, I mean, that's only just like a little resting bit, but there's a pin there, but it doesn't look like that gets pinched onto it, so it just seems to pop back off again. Yeah, I can see this being quite a pain to fit in, but why it's not clipping on then. Oops, let's try this one over here. Yeah, this might need a bit of super glue or something because it's not really holding it. Ah, that seems to have, I think you really have to push that in, but I can just see that falling off again. Yeah, I might have to super glue round here. Because although there's like a little clip on the end of it, it doesn't clip onto, it doesn't seem to clip onto nothing. So you see, it just keeps falling off. yeah, I'll have to get some glue or something, because that's it's not having it. So oh, is that in now? No, it's just, well, I'm gonna have to don't seem to. You see here, there's a little clip, but there's nothing to hold it really on, because yeah, we'll have to get some glue. That one's gone on fine, it's not falling off, but this one's just not really liking it very much. Right, I'm going to leave that off and I'll tackle it later. But next, what we're going to do is we're now going to put in the trim, which is this little piece, and as you can see, it's got various holes. Now you can, if you want to do, this looks like a push fit because it's got pins. There's no sign of screw holes there. You can, if you wanted to, glue that in with a bit of glue to hold it in, but you see what this is going to do here. You've got holes, there's one there, and then one there, and this is basically just going to flip over like that and then just slot in. Now I don't glue it unless it just keeps falling out and stuff, so I will keep that in there very nicely done. And as you can see, I mean, that holds it very well because it's protruding there, look. So that holds it very lovely indeed, and what a lovely posh finish. Wow. Just clip that one up the top, and that one can go up the top as well. Very nice. Okay, and then last but not least, we just need to snap in the grill, which is this part here, and it looks as if we've got two holes here, so two at the top, two at the bottom, and that's going to feed onto 1 and 2 here, and then 1, 2 there. Okay, cool. So let's get this, I'll take that D off for the minute. It doesn't look like we're going to use the number plate in this issue, so that's fine. So we're just going to put on our E-screws now and just get all that put into place. But yeah, if anyone's got any tips as to how to fix this reflector that keeps popping off, do let me know, because the only thing I can probably think of that will work is a little bit of glue, but you don't want to get it around the reflector, that's the problem. Okay, lovely, so let's pop that there. That can go into this bit. Yeah, so they've already allocated, in the next pack they've got 4, and then I think it jumps to 6, 7 and 8 because we've already got 5 in this shipment. So issue 5 will be coming up next Saturday, because I'm not in a rush to build this. I like to build it at my own time. So yeah, we'll do issue 5 next Saturday, and then we'll just put the last little number E into this bit here. Now as you can see, it's covering the hole a bit, so you can just like push it over slightly and it will line it up. So we're now getting at this E screw here. Lovely, lovely issue. Now it could be that reflector just needs swapping with one of the ones that are already fitted in this grill bit here. It could be that that's what the problem is, but I don't think it is, because the other one is holding. So wow, look at that. Oh wow, that is gorgeous. Look at the shininess of that. Wow. And what's nice is you've got this gorgeous silver trim, and then obviously because these are silver and the emblem's silver, it sort of like reflects off it, but that is absolutely stunning. Oh, what a lovely, lovely piece. That is gorgeous. Just look at that. Yeah, but as I say, that reflector is definitely the right one, because there's no way that would fit in that hole. So it is a shame that this side is having a little bit of trouble. I'll try one more time, but I think I'm gonna have to glue that. I think really what they should have done is where you've got this clip, they really should have put like a pinhole up the top, like attach this bit here with a little bit of a pin. So where they've got a tab there, get a pin on that bit, so very similar to the pin there, and then plonk it in that hole. It could very well be that this is a little bit too raised up and I need to file it down a little bit, but it's bugging me why that won't fit. So yeah, now what's going to happen is in issue 5, because as I say, there's a stock problem with issue number 4 that's coming in the next package apparently, because there was a little paper inside the box saying that they've got a stock issue, and that'll be sent at a late date. So what we're going to do, that's just, I'm going to be playing with that all evening otherwise. What I'm going to do is we will jump to issue 5. I have looked at issue 5 and it looks like we can do it because it's the second engine. So yeah, and then we can bring 4 in and then do that. I was going to wait until issue 4 was here, but I thought, well, if we can work on issue 5, then we might as well. But I'm very impressed with that. Although it's been a 5-month wait, it's been well worth the wait, I think. The detail in this is fabulous, and I think it looks as if something will connect on here, because you've got these parts with screw holes in, but look at that. But as you can see, that is just, I can't stop looking at that. That is beautiful, very beautiful, and it's lovely to have finally issue 3 after all these months of waiting. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like, share and subscribe, and if you'd like to build a little model with Fan Home, check out their website at Fan Home, and they've got loads and loads of different collections. If you're not into building cars, there's like model making. You know, they've just relaunched Iron Man actually, so that's going into, I think that's been relaunched a couple of times now, because sometimes the same licenses will come up again and then they can relaunch it. So there's figure builds if you wanted to do a figure build instead of a car. So yeah, but anyway, issue number 3 of John Wick's, issue number 5 is going to be coming up next Saturday, and then obviously we'll bring in issue 4 as soon as it comes in June. Thank you for watching, have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye for now.